Hello, I am Ardene Reed Virtue. Welcome to Schools Not Out, your daily classroom for CSEC and CAPE students. You can watch this lesson real-time on Television Jamaica YouTube channel or One Spot Media. We're also live on Music 99 and gojamaica.com. If you have questions on today's subject, you can send them in to Television Jamaica's Facebook page or Instagram at television_Jamaica. Today's lesson is English Language CSEC. If you have any questions, we'll take them after this. For today's subject, or today's focus, we're going to look at error recognition. Does that ring any bell? Does it sound like a topic that you have been doing over time? Certainly so. All right. Now, let's look at our objectives for today. We have two primary objectives. First, we are going to examine sentences to determine appropriate use of diction and grammatical forms to convey meaning. And this objective was taken from the CSEC 2015 syllabus. We are also going to identify different types of errors in sentences. Now, our first task. You're going to watch the following news report to identify examples of errors in the speaker's expressions. Good morning and welcome to English A News. I am Morlisa Pattern. It has been reported that Grammarville is overrun by incidents of inaccurate language use. The community has reached out to CSEC grammar experts to investigate these occurrences in order to identify how the rules of grammar are being validated. We now go to the streets for you to detect the errors in the instances in which the eyewitnesses aimed to use formal language.
Innocent, but the point is the people them what are dead in. Enough of them dead in front of them.
It's water. When you jump up and look, there is water. Many water like Elsha. That type of
overturn and the front of the Tida and then overturn 3 to 4 times and occur and the
Try
wall.
to turn and it end up leak right over there. Yeah, over there. Same time, woman fly out and she die.
Welcome back. In an effort to address this issue, the Department of Language Preservation is currently training individuals to be ERAs, error recognition agents. They will be responsible for identifying incorrect grammar, faulty diction, cliches, and redundancies. Note, you are not being called to poke fun at people. Instead, the department needs your help to reverse back to a time when Grammarville residents were able to manipulate language well. In order to qualify for an ERA license, CSEC grammar experts must maintain or attain a grade 1 or 2 in their CSEC examination. If you are interested in becoming an ERA, please join Mrs. Virtue, who will engage you in an MOE TVJ training. Thank you for joining us today for English A News. I am Morphelisa Pattern. Until next time, take care. All right, so you've heard that news item. I hope you were paying attention to the errors. Now remember, you're not being called to become an error recognition expert so you can laugh at people. We're going to help individuals to detect errors in their expressions so they can develop their language use or develop their competence at language use. So what are some errors that you have identified? Let us start with some errors that we heard in the eyewitnesses' statements. Now remember, we're paying attention to those instances in which they aimed to use formal language or English. What did you come up with? What did you hear? What types of errors did you detect? All right, I've picked out some, and we're going to focus on 4. Now, the first one. The people them what are deading. No, I have bolded the word what because we're going to focus on specific elements. So whilst it is in the expressions, we can find several inaccuracies. We're going to zoom in on some particular ones. Now, why have I highlighted the word what? What is the word what referring to? It's referring to people, right? Now, when you consider relative pronouns, what, whose, whom, that, which, do we use what to refer to people? No. So what should the relative pronoun be? The people, who, and then we're going to correct some more. We're dying, right? Because this happened in the past. So in this expression, we realize that sometimes inaccuracies in expressions can be caused by the misuse of relative pronouns. Let us move to another example. Many water like Hellshire. And we know Hellshire Beach, right? Now I've highlighted the word many. Now what is many describing? Or what is it making more particular or specific? Well, consider that. We're going to pause right here. Think about it. If you have any questions on what we've done so far, you can send them in on our various platforms, and I will see if I can answer in the final segment. When we come back, answers to your questions and a recap.
We haven't left you out. It's Get Moving Kids. Home workout series with Jamaica Moves. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 2 p.m. on TVJ. Hi!
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for
Reduce your risk of viral illnesses like the flu and coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing with a tissue and dispose of it. Avoid close contact with anyone with a cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or the nearest health center and share your travel history. The flu and coronavirus can kill. Let's protect each other. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
COVID-19 tip. Protect yourself and others from getting sick by washing your hands after coughing or sneezing, when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepare food, before eating, after toilet use, when hands are visibly dirty, and after handling animals or animal waste.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
Reduce your risk of viral illnesses like the flu and coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing with a tissue and dispose of it. Avoid close contact with anyone with a cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or the nearest health center and share your travel history. The flu and coronavirus can kill. Let's protect each other. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
COVID-19 tip. Protect yourself and others from getting sick by washing your hands after coughing or sneezing, when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepare food, before eating, after toilet use, when hands are visibly dirty and after handling animals or animal waste.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
Reduce your risk of viral illnesses like the flu and coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing with a tissue and dispose of it. Avoid close contact with anyone with a cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or the nearest health center and share your travel history. The flu and coronavirus can kill. Let's protect each other. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
COVID-19 tip. Protect yourself and others from getting sick by washing your hands after coughing or sneezing, when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepare food, before eating, after toilet use, when hands are visibly dirty, and after handling animals or animal waste.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
Reduce your risk of viral illnesses like the flu and coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing with a tissue and dispose of it. Avoid close contact with anyone with a cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or the nearest health center and share your travel history. The flu and coronavirus can kill. Let's protect each other. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
COVID-19 tip. Protect yourself and others from getting sick by washing your hands after coughing or sneezing, when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepare food, before eating, after toilet use, when hands are visibly dirty, and after handling animals or animal waste.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much for watching.
Reduce your risk of viral illnesses like the flu and coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing with a tissue and dispose of it. Avoid close contact with anyone with a cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or the nearest health center and share your travel history. The flu and coronavirus can kill. Let's protect each other. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching.
And what's the difference between the two? Water is a non-count noun, right? Because count nouns are those things that you can separate, you can make a distinction among them. Now, many would be more suited for a count noun, so we need to fix this. So instead of saying many water, we could say a vast amount of water. Understand? I hope so. All right, let's look at a third inaccuracy that you might have heard. Then overturn 3 to 4 times and occur on the wall. Let's look at overturn. Why do you think it is in bold? And the word occur. So the eyewitness was giving a report. That means the accident happened already. So the sentence should be in the past tense, right? So he's referring to the car. Then overturned 3 to 4 times and occur on the wall. We know that there was some happening between the car and the wall, but is the word occur the right word? So this is a matter of diction. What is an alternate expression that we could use? The car overturned 3 to 4 times and what? Crashed into the wall. That would be better. Yes? Now the final inaccuracy noted that we are going to look at. The woman fly out and she is die. She is very die. The woman fly out. What tense should the sentence be in? Past tense again, right? So let's look at fly out. The woman was flung from the car. We want to use the perfect past tense right here. Why? What's the function of perfect or past perfect tense? When you use the past perfect tense, it suggests that one action happened in the past and this action happened before another action in the past. So since the flying out of the car would have happened first and then the woman died, the sentence would be corrected to state the woman was flung from the car, then she died. Right? All right. Now I know that some of us are very quick, to identify errors in other people's expressions. And we might feel like we are the brightest. But sometimes when we are quick to laugh at people, we ourselves don't know any better. And I wonder if you were listening keenly to the news reporter, no, not the news reporter, the news anchor herself, because sometimes when it sounds like somebody is using English, we feel that all the grammatical rules are being adhered to. I wonder how many of you detected errors in her own address. I'm hearing some people saying, me, yes ma'am, she said some things that were inaccurate. All right, let's see if these examples that we will discuss are the same ones that you identified. All right, first error. Let's look at this one. The news anchor said, the community has reached out to CSEC grammar experts to investigate these occurrences to identify how the rules of grammar are being validated. Look at the word validated. What does validated mean? What does validate mean? Means to check or prove accuracy, right? Now in the context of this sentence, is the word validated functioning correctly? There is a problem with diction. So which word should it have been? And I hear a loud sound somewhere there. Violated, right? Identify how the rules of language are being violated in the context of recognizing errors. All right, let's look at another one. The department needs your help to reverse back to a time when Grammarville residents were able to manipulate language well. Now, some of you, when you heard this, your eyes popped out of your head because you're wondering, what is going on here? It was intentional. All right. Now, what do we want to say? Reverse back? No, reverse back is redundant because reverse already means to go back, so we don't need the word back. But what would be a word that would more or most precisely function in this context? We want to return to a time when Grammarville residents were able to manipulate language well. So we could use the word revert. The department needs your help to revert to a time when Grammarville residents were able to manipulate language well. And let's look at a final example. Expressed by the news anchor. Until next time, does take care. As soon as you heard that one, you recognized it, didn't you? I know you were paying attention. So the does makes it incorrect. Why? Who do we want to take care? Who are we talking to? Or who was I talking to? I was talking to you, right? Implied subject there. Yes? So it should have been said, until next time, do take care, because I'm referring to you, whether you plural or you singular, still do. All right. Now, On your English A multiple choice paper, there is a section called error recognition. And so we are going to focus on some elements that cause errors in expressions. And the first one we're going to look at is cliche. Now, a cliche is a phrase or opinion that has been overused, which causes it to lose originality. So when these expressions were first used, they were fresh, they were meaningful, they had profound ideas embedded in them, and people loved them. But after a while, because people continued to use them, these expressions became hackneyed. All right? And there are different types of cliches. The first one is cliches that describe time. For example, we say in the nick of time. Know this one? And another one, only time will tell. I am sure these are familiar. Then we have another type of cliche, which is used to describe people. For example, a diamond in the rough. So somebody perhaps who is not well cultured, and needs to go through some experiences, so on and so forth. And we have another one, as fit as a fiddle. I'm sure you learned this one in primary school. Another type of cliche, it describes sentiments. For example, every cloud has a silver lining. So on those days when you're going through, unfavorable circumstances, be hopeful. And another example that describes sentiments, scared out of one's wits. We've seen this used time and time again. And even that is repetitive, Scared out of one's wits. You're so scared that you lose all your senses. All your orientation just went. And a final example, general ones. Read between the lines. We say this very often. Fall head over heels. And we sometimes use the quiet before the storm. So when we think that everything is fine and then there is turbulence, everything goes into chaos. Your task. Identify the cliches in the woman's statement. And I'm going to read this statement for you. Well, this is a man. That should have been man's statement. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. So I hope I've left you with something to chew on. Be sure to drop me a line if you enjoyed this post. But remember, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Let me reread it. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. So I hope I've left you with something to chew on. Be sure to drop me a line if you enjoyed this post. But remember, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. What are the cliches in this statement? Have you seen them? How many did you see? 1, 2, or do you see cliches running throughout? All right, if you say you see cliches running throughout this, you're correct. So the first one, all good things must come to an end. We are very familiar with this one. Left you with something to chew on. So it's as if every sentence contains a cliche in this one. Drop me a line. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So these are some other examples of overused expressions that have lost power in meaning. We move on to the next idea. We're going to now look at misused metaphors. And we know that metaphors are comparisons, direct comparisons between two things. Metaphors are sometimes misused when they are mixed to create incongruous comparisons. Incongruous means the expression doesn't really make sense. For example, Mr. Speaker, I smell a rat. I see him floating in the air. But mark me, sir, I will nip him in the bud. Now this one you have to read it again because you're so confused. You're not sure which comparison you are to pay attention to. It's a mishmash of ideas. So let's look again. We start off with I smell a rat, meaning something is up. Then we go to I see him floating in the air. So all of a sudden the rat gets superpower and is floating in the air. But mark me, sir, I will nip him in the bud. Nip him in the bud? we associate bud with flowers. So how do we compare the flying rat to the bud of a flower? It's just nonsensical, as I said. The meaning is unclear and we are uncertain how to interpret. So this is an example of a misused metaphor. Let's look at another one. All at once, he was alone in the noisy hive with no place to roost. So let us find out what is being compared. He, subject, is somewhere that is noisy. And this somewhere is being compared to a hive, beehive, the buzzing sound. So we get the auditory image, right? So we get that part. Now we move to with no place to roost. Like how did we move from beehive to probably the top of a tree where the rooster goes at 6 o'clock? You see what I'm saying? The combination of the metaphors cause the idea to become incomprehensible. We're still trying to figure out what is being said here. So when you go to that section of your paper, we're seeking to identify errors. Consider that some of them may contain misused metaphors. We move on. Another type of error, incorrect grammar or faulty diction. Now, incorrect grammar, faulty diction exists when a sentence fails to adhere to rules of tense, parallelism, concord, and we know concord is the same thing as subject-verb agreement. There is a misuse of words, and there are other types of grammatical inaccuracies that may happen. For example, like I've said before when we identified an example of an error in the eyewitness's report, there could be an inappropriate use of relative pronouns. For example, this sentence, she is a character which constantly dreams to escape a mundane reality. What is the relative pronoun in this? The word which, right? Who is the subject of the sentence? She. Do we use which to refer to people? No, right? So like we've said before, we would need to use who. She's a character who constantly dreams to escape a mundane reality. Another type of inaccuracy, confusion of adjective and adverb usage. For example, ahead was a fair, easy stretch of trail. Which word is incorrect there? Ahead was a fair, easy stretch of trail. Right, you identify the word fair and it should have been or it should be fairly. Yes? So instead of using the adjective fair, we should have the adverb fairly. So the sentence would read, ahead was a fairly easy stretch of trail. And another example, absence of parallelism. Now what is parallelism? Parallelism means balance in the structure of the sentence when we look at tense and so on. And let us look at this example to further clarify the idea. Olympic athletes usually like practicing, competing, and to eat ice cream sandwiches. What has thrown this sentence off? Olympic athletes usually like practicing. And here we have the verb ending in ing, functioning as a noun, and we know that we label this particular set of nouns as gerunds. And we have competing, carrying the idea of the gerund. And then we get to and to eat. To plus the verb infinitive. This part makes the sentence awkward. So what should it be? Practicing, competing, and eating ice cream. You're doing so well today. I'm loving it. All right. Your task for this idea, you're going to identify the incorrect grammar or diction in the following two sentences. Number one, the new disciplinary methods have affected a vast improvement on the behavior of students. The new disciplinary methods have affected a vast improvement on the behavior of students. What is incorrect in this sentence? Take some seconds to look at it. All right, you're zooming in on the word affected. All right. Now what should be used instead? Effected. There's a confusion of effected and affected. The new disciplinary methods have effected, meaning it has caused an improvement. Yes? Affected means something else. It means that there is a consequence or there is an impact of something. All right? Let's look at number 2. Neither the campers nor the guide notice the wild bear hiding in the dense forestry. Neither the campers nor the guide notice the wild bear hiding in the dense forestry. What is the inaccuracy in this one? Come on, my ERAs, error recognition agents, you can figure it out. All right. For those of you who are familiar with the subject-verb agreement rule that governs how we use compound subjects in the neither nor either or construction, what are we told to do? We look at the subject that is closer to the verb to determine what type of verb we use. So in this case, we have plural campers, then we have singular guide. So guide is closer to the verb notice. Does notice agree with singular subject guide? No. All right. So it should read, neither the campers nor the guide notices the wild bear hiding in the dense forestry. I hope that is clear for you. We're moving on to look at repetition, redundancy. What is redundancy? Redundancy is the needless repetition of words or phrases. And some common examples that we use. Adequate enough. Adequate means the same as enough. Blatantly obvious. When something is blatant, we already get the idea of obvious, so we don't need to put those two words together. Another common example, each and every. Manually by hand. Now, manually already tells us we're using our hands, yes, or related to the hands. Old adage. What does adage mean? Means a saying. Yes, a back in the day saying. Old saying. So we don't need to modify adage with the word old because we get the idea of old already from the concept adage. Yes? Another common example, the whole entire room disrupted. We don't need to say that. The entire room. Yes? All right. And some everyday ones. The rain is falling. The rain can do nothing else but fall. The sun is shining. What else can the sun do? Yes? All right. So consider those when you're identifying errors and make sure when you are writing, you also seek to avoid these inaccuracies. All right. Now, to apply that definition and examples, let us look at this task. You're going to identify the redundancies in the following dialogue. Two persons are in this conversation, Susan and Richard. Susan talks first. Hey, Richard, why are you so happy? Oh, the reason why I am celebrating is because I finally completed the grueling task. Oh, that's great. I can imagine how hard you worked on it. Well, lucky for me, I got some help from Carrie. She's an awesome friend. It is good that you collaborated together. All right. Look at the dialogue again. Take some seconds to read through for yourselves and identify the redundancies. Have you seen any? How many are there? 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's look at it. Hey, Richard, why are you so happy? Anything redundant there? No. All right. Richard says, the reason why I am celebrating is because I finally completed the grueling task. And many times we see this expression, even in textbooks, and we all think that textbooks are always correct, eh? Look at the reason why. The reason for something is telling us the wife or something. So we could omit it. The reason I am celebrating is because I finally completed the grueling task. So if you identified the redundancy there, very good. Let's look at Suzanne's next speech. Oh, that's great. I can imagine how hard you worked on it. Any redundancy there? No. What about what Richard says next? Well, lucky for me, I got some help from Kerry. That's grammatical as well. Finally, Suzanne says, she's an awesome friend. It is good that you collaborated together. What is the repeated idea? Collaborated together. Yes? Collaboration already means that people are working together. So you don't have to include the word together in this instance. So she's an awesome friend. It is good that you collaborated, or it is good that you worked together. All right? Good. Now, you know that everything that we do, we have to apply to exam practice. Yes. Because remember, in order to become an error recognition agent, you have to get what? A 1 or 2 in English A. So make sure you pay attention to the training. Good. What is the instruction? You're going to select the option A, B, C, or D that best describes each of the sentences. Now, A says the sentence is acceptable. B, the sentence contains a cliche or misused metaphor. C, the sentence is incorrect grammatically or faulty in diction. And D, the sentence is too wordy, is repetitive, or it contains redundancies. So let us look at some examples of items. Number 1 says, when the clerk raised his voice in protest, his boss asked him to hold his tongue since empty vessels made the most noise. Is there anything inaccurate about this sentence? Or can we accept it? Does it have any cliche or misused metaphor? Is it repetitive? What do you think? All right. We hear the cliche in it. What's the cliche? Empty vessels made the most noise. All right, and some of us remember this from primary schools when we get noisy and drive our teachers crazy. So for this one, the letter that you would choose would be what? B. Good. Let's look at number 2. She was a nimble-footed dancer. Her graceful body executed delicate movements with incredible poise. What does nimble-footed mean? It means that the dancer is agile, very expert at what she's doing. What type of sentence do we have? Is it a correct construction? It is a compound sentence, right? Remember that a compound sentence can be joined by coordinating conjunction or semicolon. In this case, we have the semicolon joining 2 independent clauses. So this one is correct. We take it. So the answer is A. Moving on. Number 3. The extremely extravagant girl was so animated, cheerful, and high-spirited, she was invited to many parties. The extremely extravagant girl was so animated, cheerful, and high-spirited, she was invited to many parties. What do you think about this one? Are you looking at animated, cheerful, and high-spirited? Do you think it is redundant to be saying all of that? No. Let's look at it. One of the things that you must remember, not to confuse different types of context clues with redundancy or repetition. Remember that there is a type of context clue that explains what could possibly be an unfamiliar word. So possibly for some persons, the word animated is unfamiliar. So we get an explanation or we get synonyms, right, to clarify the meaning of animated. And the fact that we have the commas separating this intervening information we get the idea that it is additional information and not an error in repetition or redundancy. So we are accepting this one. Let us look at number 4. The professor made an allusion to a biblical story. The professor made an allusion to a biblical story. What makes it incorrect? The word illusion. Yes? What does illusion mean? Mean you're not seeing things clearly. Huh? So which word should have been used? Allusion. Yes? You allude to something. Make reference to something. So the answer for this one is C, faulty diction. We transition to the next examples. In my opinion, I think that your suggestion to upgrade housing facilities in rural areas is impractical. Is this one okay, or is there an error? In my opinion, I think that your suggestion to upgrade housing facilities in rural areas is impractical. All right. In my opinion, I think. Redundant, yes? So it should be, in my opinion, your suggestion to upgrade housing facilities in rural areas is impractical. Or we omit in my opinion and we simply say, I think that your suggestion, so. So the answer for this one would be D. Let's look at number 6. Although we had planned to attend the party, Sandra, at the last minute, changed her mind and Andrew did not attend because he fell ill. Some of you, when you see so many words, you're going to say, no man, this sentence is too long. It's wordy. And you select D. But is it really incorrect because the sentence is long? You can't determine your response based on that. Although we had planned to attend the party, Sandra, at the last minute, changed her mind and Andrew did not attend because he fell ill. What type of sentence is this? For those of you who remember types of sentences, is it a simple sentence, compound, complex, or is it a complex sentence? Okay, it's a compound, complex sentence. What makes it a compound, complex sentence? For one, we have a subordinate clause, that part of the sentence that cannot stand on its own. Although we had planned to attend the party. And then we need to look for a compound sentence, meaning a sentence containing 2 independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction. So do you see a coordinating conjunction in the next part of the sentence? And, right? So we have Sandra at the last minute changed her mind and Andrew did not attend. Yes? And then we have another subordinating clause because he fell ill. So we have a combination of subordinating clause and main clauses. And the sentence is accepted. There's nothing wrong with it. So the answer for number 6 is indeed A. By the time you're finished with this training, you're going to get your ERA license. I know it. Yes. Let's look at number 7. He wanted to beg for his old job, but that ship had sailed and he had to simply play the hand that was dealt him. What is the inaccuracy in this one? Or do you think we can accept it? He wanted to beg for his old job, but that ship had sailed and he had to simply play the hand that he was dealt with. We have mixed metaphors here. Misused. The ship had sailed. What does that mean? He lost the opportunity. And then we move on to play the hand that was dealt him. He had to deal with the consequences. So the inaccuracy in this one would be B, contains cliches or misused metaphors. Let's now look at number 8. To attract more business, the store offered free transportation at no expense to the customer. To attract more business, the store offered free transportation at no expense to the customer. Is this one correct? Or do you see an error? And if you see an error, what is it? All right, I'm hearing some people down there saying, free, no expense, makes it repetitive or redundant. So the error would be D. Awesome. So we could say to attract more business, the store offered free transportation to the customer to make it correct. Okay. Feeling your heat down there? Number 10. If I were the captain of the West Indies cricket team, I will attack the batsman with my fast bowlers immediately after the luncheon interval. What about this one? If I were the captain of the West Indies cricket team, I will attack the batsmen with my fast bowlers immediately after the luncheon interval. Do you see an error? All right. We have, if I were, we're hypothetically speaking. So if I were doesn't work well with I will, future there, right? So what should it be? If I were the captain of the West Indies cricket team, I would attack the batsmen. All right? So we have C as the answer for number 10. And we're going to look at number 11. The owner and CEO of the business is he. What do you think about this one? The owner and CEO of the business is he, or should it be the owner and CEO of the business is him? The is he sounds awkward. Nobody talks like that. Really? I say it is correct. If we were to turn the sentence around, it would say, he is the owner and CEO of the business. So the answer for this, it's acceptable as it stands. Answer for number 11 is A. No, I hope you got all of that, because exam is coming up and I am expecting that you're going to do very well. Quick shout out, Church Teachers College, Manchester High School. Love you. As you guessed, we're at the end of today's lesson. That's all for today's English language CSEC lesson. We hope you grasped some of the points we discussed. You can watch a repeat of today's lesson on JNN today at 4 p.m. and in the Schools Not Out highlights on Saturday between 1 and 4 p.m. It will also be on video on demand on One Spot Media. Remember, exams start July 13. Check the various platforms for revisions. Until next time, I am Ardene Read. Up next is Cape Caribbean Studies.
Hi there, I'm Simon Preston from TVJ. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. To see our latest videos and also to see live events, click here. To see our full videos on onespotmedia.com, click here. Thank you very much.
Reduce your risk of viral illnesses like the flu and coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing with a tissue and dispose of it. Avoid close